Major updates twice a year is just a fancy way of saying they're going on a fucking permanent vacation while I'm stuck here eating canned peaches and avoiding orbital strikes.
I don't know if
and
they
look
have
at this
orbital
corporate
strikes.
horse shit. Store updates aren't going anywhere. Oh, thank God. I was so worried I wouldn't be able to spend my hard-earned script on a new fucking neon tracksuit while the game is rotting on the vine.
Toxic teacher, our raiders run them up. Company extract, hit the switch, cap.
Oh, there we go. There we go. It's that time again. This week, episode, what are we on? What are we on? Hang on. I'm going to check. I've already forgotten. I think we're at episode 20-something of Camping the Extract. You know that's an Arc Raiders podcast. We are an Arc Raiders podcast, and we are here. And I think that's episode 21. We're 21. We can drink now on this podcast. I think we can. So here we are, episode 21, and there is actually some big news we need to talk about in Arc Raiders that came out in this past week. And what are we supposed to wait until minute 16 to talk about it? Because you know how everybody loves waiting. Everybody loves waiting for 15 minutes to get to the news. Well, I can't even remember the guy's name. He didn't like it very much, but who cares, really? I've got a new mouse that I am working with, and it is lagging like shit. It's one of those, I made the mistake of getting a Razer mouse. Have you ever used that brand? I thought it was going to be good. I need one of those, one of the mice that has the buttons on the side, you know, like the 9 or 12 or whatever it is. But it seems like this mouse lags like shit, and I can't figure it out. I'm working on it, and I don't know if it's the software. I don't know if it's the hardware, but so far, not great. I had another mouse, and it had the buttons on the sides, but they were like irregularly shaped buttons. Let's give it up for irregularly shaped buttons. By the way, if you need to know who I am the Toxic Teacher. You can find me on everything Toxic Teacher TTV, and you can find me on YouTube, The Toxic Teacher, and then also TheToxicTeacher.com, my 90% finished website that I've been working on for the past 2 years. Let's give it up for a half-finished GeoCities looking website. So anyway, so we've got to do some Arc Raider stuff because there is actually big news, and that may take up at least part or most of the episode because it is so big, and I think it's got some big implications for the game. But first, we need to get to our co-host, and you know who it is. Hey, Nicky. We're on episode 21 of Camping the Extract. How's it going? Anything new? I don't know if anything's new. I've been streaming some Arc. And also, what else? I'm trying to think of what else happened this week. I can't think of, and also I need to get a root canal, but I haven't set the appointment yet. Have you had a root canal before? Have you had a root canal before? Question mark. And also, by the way, get this, my Malwarebytes does not like Nicky for some reason, and the app all of the sudden, and I don't know why that is, but anyway. So yeah, I need to get a root canal. I went to the dentist, they give me a crown on one, and they were like, hey, by the way, this other one needs a root canal. And I'm like, oh fuck. Like, First of all, that's $1,500 or $1,200. You know, American insurance is a fantastic thing. Another thing is they don't feel great to get. So that's kind of what's going on in the world right now. But in the Arc Raiders world, I've been having fun with it still, but I agree with a lot of the people that it has kind of gotten a little samey. It's not, that newness wears off a little bit. I guess that's like a relationship that, it goes great, but then that newness kind of, and that's whenever the relationship kind of becomes work, you know what I mean? And my mouse is not fucking working again. Oh my God.
What the hell is this crap?
Okay, it's every fucking time. And I even have, because it had the option for like Bluetooth and it had the option for like the 2.4, you know what I mean? Like the USB, you put the little thing in the fucking thing. And now like half the time it just sits there fucking frozen. I don't know. This podcast is going to be a mess because it's not working. I don't know.
21 episodes? But Don, I feel like I've been doing life in Sing Sing without the fucking yard time. You realize I signed my goddamn soul away for this camping the extract bullshit?
You did?
It's absolute torture. And that maniac toxic teacher is driving me to the fucking brink every goddamn week.
I am.
And you're over here streaming Arc Raiders like it's a goddamn walk in the park?
Well,
I hope you're sitting in a bush in the Rust Belt with a fucking rifle, teaching those Speranza tourists a lesson they'll never forget.
Well,
if you ain't
I'm trying.
ruining someone's day at the extract, you ain't playing the game right. You hear me? For the
Exactly.
root canal? Are you fucking kidding me? You haven't set the appointment yet? You have
No.
a goddamn stunad. You think dental pain is a joke? It's like getting face camped by a fucking P3 bubba while your teammates are doing jack shit on the other side of the map. I had a root canal back in the day after a disagreement outside a social club in Little Italy. Doc had to go in there and fix the damage from a fucking brass knuckle. It felt like a goddamn slasher was digging for scrap metal in my jaw without any fucking anesthesia. Don't be a fucking hero, you mope. Set the goddamn appointment before your face swells up like a fucking overcooked meatball. You're gonna be sitting there screaming like a goddamn victor getting kicked by a survivor if you don't fix that shit pronto.
Well,
it's gonna be a goddamn disaster. You want your tooth to rot out of your head like a fucking zombie? Pick up the fucking phone and call the dentist before I come over there and pull it out myself with a pair of rusty pliers. Move it.
Okay, well, I guess I need to make the appointment then. Yeah, but I'm going out of town next week, so it's gonna have to wait a week at least. But there is no pain, so I'm one of those. I come from the fucking woods, so we only go to the doc. I don't know if you're one of those. We only go to the doctor if something's about to fall off or if we can't even fucking move. That's when we'll go to the doctor. And I'm trying to get better about that, but that's beside the point. Is that it's gonna take something. You know what? I'll go. 2 weeks from now, I'll set the appointment. Whenever I get back, I'll set it, and then we'll fucking go to the dentist. But that's beside the point. By the way, we're at 7 minutes. If I can last 9 more minutes before we get to the news, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. And what was I gonna say? Oh, Arc Raiders. So still enjoying the new map. The new mode is, oh my God, why is that still on? The new mode, the fucking with the metal detector, it's okay. And the modes are just like, they're there. And I don't, it's not doing anything special for me. The game is not doing anything special. And I think that's where a lot of people are just like, what the fuck? Because it's become so the same, every day you play it, you're kind of getting the same thing. You'll get some cool situations and stuff, but the game is not changing a whole lot from moment to moment. You know what I mean? And so what we've got to do now is we've got to go to a thing. Let me see if I can find my fucking news thing. Yeah, there was a better news one. Hang on. I've got to, even if I have to do, and this is why we're not going to get to the news until minute 16, because didn't we have a toxic news like mashup, right? An Arc Raiders news.
Oh, brothers and sisters.
I don't think this was it because I want to do.
Oh, brothers and sisters.
Because I want to do Where the Fuck Are the Viewers From mixed with Arc Raiders fucking news. Hang on. Is this it? No. Oh, that's to the other game. Hang on. I don't know. Where is it? No. I think this is it.
Brothers,
Is this it?
sisters, gather the
No, this one. I think this one. I think this one's it. Yeah, I already did make this mashup.
gather the loot, guard the extract. It's time for our creators fucking news. Our creators fucking
There it is.
fast and filthy. Our creators fucking news. Tell 'em.
There it is. This is it. That's below.
Grab the loot. Time to go.
I need to put this on Tales from, what is it? No, it's not Tales. It's Jams from the Extract Volume 2 on Spotify.
Our creators fucking news. Fast and filthy.
Dude, yes, that's where the song like picks up right there. That's great. That's fantastic.
Sheriff's mad. Still got loot. Still a W.
Dude, oh, it's so good.
Our greatest fucking news. No mercy.
All right, so I think we're about ready. Now, let's go into it. So this is a big fucking deal. This, in the words of Joe Biden, this news is a big fucking deal. Jesus.
It's Britney, bitch.
I just pressed the button and it does what it wants.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Okay, there we go. That's a great movie, by the way. So let's go into it. So Embark has released a statement. They released this on May 13th. So that would have been, for me, 4 days ago. I don't know how long for you because I don't know when you're listening to this. But they are changing the update schedule of the game. And this is big because they were trying to do these little monthly updates. You know, every month they would release something, a map, a little mode, a couple of gun changes and shit like that. And that's, people weren't happy. Like a lot of people were expecting more, expecting these big fucking updates every single month. And Embark just wasn't delivering on that. And I don't know how many games do deliver on that, to be honest with you. I don't think a lot of, especially newer games from quote unquote smaller studios, deliver these gigantic updates every single month. It's just almost fucking impossible to do that. So yes, correct. People are excited about not being able to deliver on your updates. So I'm going to read their statement word for word because I don't want to misquote, okay? So I don't want to misrepresent what anyone says. I'll make it interesting. I'm not going to drone on. You know me. I'm not going to fucking drone on. And they said that. So anyway, here is the update, okay? And I'm reading straight off the fucking website. So it says, "Hi, Raiders. Arc Raiders has grown far beyond anything we imagined at launch. And every day we see players continuing to shape life in the Rust Belt in ways that inspire us as developers. With that in mind, we want to talk about the update cadence moving forward." So there is absolutely nothing, okay? So now here is the big part. So it says we are changing how we update the game. And this is the meat of it. And then they go into the explanation of why. And I'm going to say, hey, Nicky, Embark has announced a big change in how they are updating the game. See their statement, and I'll send you more after this. Boom. Okay. And there we go. And then I am going to send this to him. And then I'm also going to read it now because I know what they're saying, but I have not actually word for word read this because I'm too lazy to fucking read it, for one. So it says right here, when Arc Raiders launch, we plan to offer monthly updates, which they have been doing. They've been doing that. It says the intention was to keep you all engaged, to ensure the game always felt fresh, and to give you reasons for keep braving topside. But once the game was in players' hands, we saw that kind of long-term experience we want to create for Arc Raiders requires more transformative updates. So what they're saying is basically our strategy is not keeping people around. Obviously, we've talked about the numbers. It's not keeping people engaged. People are starting to leave. People are like, okay, this update's no big deal. This map is no big deal. You put a fucking new gun in, what the fuck? And then they leave. And that's what's been happening. And they've been hemorrhaging players every single month. Now, here is their justification for this. It says, over time, we've found the pressure of a monthly cycle limits how impactful these updates can be. You feel it, and we feel it too. So they're saying, we know that these updates kind of suck and aren't that exciting because they're too small. And it says running at that pace isn't sustainable or compatible with the bigger ambitions we have for the game. Is the soccer fans not excited or somewhat excited that there are going to be changes? I don't know. Are they? I don't know if they're excited, to be honest with you, but they do have a point there that this is not getting anybody going. These once a month changes are small enough that it's nothing that's going to make the
transformative? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Transformative updates is just corporate fucking speak for we're taking a goddamn nap, you stunad. I'm sitting here doing life in Sing Sing. I mean, recording this goddamn podcast with that maniac toxic teacher.
Well,
and these guys at Embark think they can just slow roll my fucking content? Running at that pace isn't sustainable? You know what ain't sustainable?
No.
Me starving to death in the goddamn Rust Belt because I've already scavenged every piece of scrap metal and blueprint from here to Victory Ridge. I need new shit to steal.
Yes.
I need new bushes to hide in. If they ain't giving me monthly updates, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Talk to the walls in Speranza? Oh, we want to ensure the game always felt fresh. Bullshit. You know what feels fresh? A fucking bullet in the back of a Raider's head at the extract.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
fresh every goddamn time. But now they're telling me I gotta wait for some big ambition update? That sounds like they're building a fucking cathedral while I'm trying to survive in a goddamn cardboard box. It's a goddamn betrayal. First they pivot the whole game, then they tell me the monthly cycle is too much pressure.
Apparently.
I'm under pressure every time a matriarch looks at my bush, and you don't see me asking for a fucking vacation. This is exactly what I was talking about. These developers get soft. They start worrying about sustainability instead of worrying about keeping the tactical rats fed.
Well, they
Send me
never
the rest
did
of that
that.
statement before I lose my fucking mind and start throwing my gold meatball pendant at the monitor.
Oh,
I want to
Jesus.
know exactly how long they expect me to sit on my thumbs waiting for them to transform the game while I'm dealing with dental pain and a goddamn robot uprising. Shit.
How
Officially a rat.
Why is he dealing with dental pain now? I don't get it. But you said okay, so here we go. You said a matriarch is looking at your bush. Your bush? That's kind of gross and perverse. You sicko. Oh God, I can't wait for this. This is when it gets good. So anyway, I guess he doesn't know that the updates are still coming at some point. But let me go into the next part of their statement, okay? So here's what they say. Major updates are going to come twice a year, 2 times.
Right, I'll tell you what, you fat little cunt. You're boring. You don't sound Nigerian at all.
They're going to come twice a year. So it says, going forward, we've made the decision to release major updates twice a year, larger in scale, more impactful, with the goal to genuinely change how you play the game. Don't worry. A dedicated live service team will continue running Arc Raiders day to day. Regular live updates, balance fixes, bug fixes, store updates, and player events that aren't going anywhere. Now, here is my question. If they're doing that, what's the fucking difference? I mean, we're not going to get a map for 6 months. We're not gonna get a new environmental change.
What the fuck is wrong with your head, you absolute stonad? Gross and perverse. I'm talking about tactical concealment in the goddamn Rust Belt, and you're over here with your mind in the fucking gutter like a sewer rat in Queens. When I say bush, I'm talking about the only thing standing between me and a goddamn orbital strike from a machine that wants to turn my noodle arms into scrap metal. It's a shrub. It's foliage. It's my goddamn office where I conduct my business of ruining people's extractions and teaching them about situational awareness.
Right.
Don't. I'm surrounded by absolute mopes. And the matriarch ain't some broad from the neighborhood, you prick. It's a 10-foot tall, chrome-plated, laser-firing death machine.
Well, it is.
It's got more processors than you got brain cells, which ain't saying much. You think I'm out here getting frisky with a fucking robot? I'm trying to survive the shared watch bullshit where these machines are teaming up with the neon-wearing toaster tappers to sniff me out. The matriarch was looking at my bush because it's a snitch, a metal, silicon-sucking snitch pointing out my location to a bunch of extract virgins.
Yeah.
You're the sicko. You're the one turning a life-or-death survival situation into some kind of weird-ass fantasy. I'm out here bleeding for this game, dealing with the torture of recording this podcast with that maniac toxic teacher, and you're making jokes about my foliage? Get the fuck out of here. Va fanculo. Go set your root canal appointment before the rot spreads from your teeth to what's left of your goddamn brain, you stunad. If I see you at the extract, I'm gonna make sure the last thing you see is the bottom of my boot from inside a very non-perverse bush. Capiche?
A non-perverse bush. This is gonna be the only podcast where you hear the term non-perverse bush. Okay, oh my God, I love it. Okay, so anyway, that was their statement, and now I don't think I did the next part of the update for them. Let me give Nicky the next part of the update, and then I'll read it to you. Hey Nicky, here's the next part of the update. Next part of the update, and then I'll give it to him, and then we'll fucking talk about it, and then we'll give our analysis, and then we'll get his analysis. I think that's probably the best way to go about that. So here it is. It says the additional development space allows us to invest more deeply in the health of our creators, from progression and economy to balancing fair play and anti-cheat efforts. We know these are foundational to the experience, especially in a game where every encounter and extraction matters. Now,
oh, rats. Rats.
This statement almost says absolutely nothing. It basically says if we only do 2 a year, they're going to be fucking bigger. And the other team's going to do the little shit. We're going to devote a team to the big shit. And it's only going to come 2 times a year. Now, this will not keep people around. I think this is probably a bad idea, because only 2 updates a year, they're going to have to do magic on these updates to get people to come back. And by month 5 out of a 6-month span, people are going to be bored as fuck, because now they're not even getting the size of updates they're getting right now, which is not enough to keep people there. And do you think a twice a year update is going to get so many fucking players and it's going to keep them around? It's not going to keep them around. And that's the fine, we know it's not. And so this is, I think they're trying something. They're saying we're losing players. We've got to do something. And this is the reaction to that. But I don't think this is the correct reaction. I don't think it's going to end. And you can fucking quote me on this. This is not going to get what they want to happen, which is to get more players and keep more players. This will not work. It will not fucking work. because people want updates and probably too much. I think people are like fucking locusts that they devour this shit and they expect huge updates every single month, which is also it's not going to work either, because they're right that it is not sustainable, that you can't have huge fucking game-changing patches every 30 days. There's just absolutely
Twice
no way
a year? Are you fucking kidding me right now? 6 months between updates? Madan, I've seen glaciers move faster than these guys. You realize what happens in 6 months in the Rust Belt? I could grow a fucking beard down to my knees and get sniped by a matriarch 1,000 goddamn times before I see a new piece of hardware. Major updates twice a year is just a fancy way of saying they're going on a fucking permanent vacation while I'm stuck here eating canned peaches and avoiding orbital strikes.
I don't know if
and
they
look
have
at this
orbital
corporate
strikes.
horse shit. Store updates aren't going anywhere. Oh, thank God. I was so worried I wouldn't be able to spend my hard-earned script on a new fucking neon tracksuit while the game is rotting on the vine. It's like going to a 5-star restaurant and the waiter tells you the chef is only cooking twice a year. But don't worry, the vending machine in the lobby is still fully stocked with stale crackers. It's an insult. It's a goddamn shakedown. Investing in the health of the game? Anti-cheat efforts? Are you kidding me? That ain't a feature, you mopes. That's the fucking bare minimum. That's like
really
a landlord telling you he's investing in the health of the building by finally fixing the fucking hole in the roof that's been leaking since the Northline update. You should have had that shit locked down on day one. I'm out here dealing with shared watch hippies and toaster tappers teaming up with the machines. And these guys are talking about additional development space?
Right.
That space is called the void, you stunad. It's where games go to die. Back in episode 18, I rated patch 1, 2, 3 as cold
I think it
ravioli,
was
a 1 out of fucking
1.23.
10, because it was all minor fixes and no meat. Now
Right.
they're telling me the kitchen is closed until Christmas? I got a root canal I'm avoiding. I got a matriarch looking at my bush like I'm a fucking appetizer. And now I gotta wait half a year for transformative
have a root
content? This ain't a
canal?
roadmap. It's a fucking obituary. If they think I'm gonna sit in a bush in Stellamontes for 6 months,
I don't
waiting
know
for a
that they
player
have
event
bushes
where I
in
get a fucking
Stellamontes.
commemorative sticker, they got another thing coming. I'm a tactical rat, not a fucking monk. I need action. I need loot. I need
not
these
wrong.
developers to wake the fuck up before I wrap these noodle arms around their long-term ambitions and squeeze them until they turn blue. Absolute disgrace.
Well, and he's not wrong there that it's 6 months is a long fucking time in the game world, because you gotta think, and let's talk about down the road. In 3 years, we're gonna have 6 updates. That's it. 6 big updates in 3 fucking years. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that happening. That it's too fucking slow. Even if they are big, how much is this game gonna change? Because that's what every game promises that. We're a transformative fucking shit, and it doesn't fucking change. Dead by Daylight, the same way. That game has been out 10 years, and it's the same fucking game it's always been, and it's had some new shit, but it hasn't had great shit. Like, that's it. So I don't know about that. I think that this isn't going to work. So now what they're doing is they're giving us the first big update. And you remember last week we talked about the rumors, which one of the rumors was true that we actually talked about, is there is a new update. Hey, Nikki, they are releasing the first big update. I'm going to copy paste from their site. Check this shit out. Okay, so we'll see what he has to say about that. And this is their, I think it's just the announcement, but it's not releasing yet. It says in October. So that's fucking, oh my God, that's fucking 5 months from now that this is going to release. Okay, I'm going to forget about this in about 1 month, and then we still got fucking 4 months to go. So, okay, so here it is. So the update is called Frozen Trail. Yes, I know. I like these random ones better.
Like the vermin-ridden son of a bitch you are.
An evil child kidnapper.
Why did it just play 2?
One of the most dangerous men in the world.
Okay, so Frozen Trail. I'm gonna read it word for word again. It says our next major update lands in October. It's the largest we have released since launch. This isn't just about volume. It's designed to address the broader questions the community has been asking. Here's a taste of what's coming. A sprawling new frontier. Well, that's kind of accurate for that. It says explore a new landscape in the Rust Belt with layered design. I don't even know what the fuck layered design means. And new mysteries to uncover in the largest map in the game. It says our most ambitious Ark operation so far, including new Ark enemies with fresh designs and unique behaviors that will challenge raiders in new ways.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Frozen Trail? You're telling me I gotta wait until October to get my hands on this shit? That's 5 months of me eating dust and dodging lasers in the same 3 bushes, you absolute stunad.
Correct.
Madone, I'm gonna have a fucking stroke before this update even drops.
Probably.
Sprawling new frontier? Largest map in the game?
Correct.
That just means more ground for me to cover with these noodle arms, while some sweat lord with a sniper rifle tries to turn my head into a goddamn canoe.
Correct.
And look at this corporate poetry. Exploring the origin of Ark.
Yeah,
I don't
we're
give
gonna
a
look
flying
at the
fuck
lore.
where they came from. Whether they fell out of a toaster or crawled out of a hole in the ground, they're still trying to kill me. I don't
Correct.
need a history lesson. I need a goddamn weapon that doesn't jam every time I try to shoot a scavenger in the back.
Well-
New systems of progression? They better
Yeah.
not touch my skill tree unless they're adding a perk that lets me stay invisible while I'm eating a provolone sub at the extract.
I would go for that.
Speaking of October, you mentioning
Yes.
that month brings back a real bad taste in my mouth.
Oh,
and it
God.
ain't from no canned peaches. See, October ain't just a date on a calendar to me. It's a goddamn memory I've been trying to bury since '98. I was
Okay.
holed up in a warehouse down by the docks,
Oh,
waiting
no.
for a shipment of imported olive oil that
jeez.
never fucking showed up. The
Okay.
air was turning cold, just like
Yeah.
this frozen trail bullshit.
Oh, God.
I was sitting there with Two-Tone Tony, and the
Wait,
heaters were busted.
he's back?
We were shivering so hard our teeth sounded like a fucking typewriter.
Okay.
Tony looks at me and says, Nicky,
Yeah?
something ain't right. The silence is too loud.
I don't
and he
know
was
how
right,
that works.
because that's when we heard the first scratching sound coming from inside the crates. But back to this game.
Okay.
Refining core systems? That's just code for we're gonna break everything you actually like and call it a feature.
Right.
If they mess with my jolt mines, I'm gonna march down to Stockholm and show them what a meaningful long-term experience feels like when it's wrapped around their fucking throats. They're talking about
Okay.
investing in the health of the game
Yeah.
while I'm out here catching pneumonia in the Rust Belt. It's a goddamn shakedown, I tell ya. A shakedown.
Right.
Subway for the spicy Italian.
So that is just part of the update. So they're going to explore the origin, where you're going to uncover the mystery. They're promising items, weapons, cosmetics, skill tree updates. It says we're not just stacking content, but they're going to be refining systems. I think they are vastly overrating this. And they are hyping it up. I don't think it's gonna be anything big, okay? So here is the next big update. Next week, we're gonna have a new thing, and I'm gonna say, hey, yo, Nicky, hey, yo, we have another big announcement. I'm going to copy paste as well. What do you think? Question mark. And then there we go. And then let's send that over. So let me go over this. So it says there's going to be a new trader. Trader, not Traitor. So it says next week we're introducing a fresh mechanic designed for late game players.
I'm open-minded as hell.
So because they're trying to keep those players around, those are the people primarily that end up quitting because they get to the end game and like there's nothing else to fucking do. So it says there is a new trader from a nomadic tribe. I think it's a tribe, maybe a tribe.
Holy shit, Dad's wasted again.
A tribe of surface dwellers. It says, many of you have invested a lot, but here are a few common problems. You're holding a lot of high value items with no way to offload them. Your stash is filling up with game's new items, and we haven't increased capacity, and then very few of you are going on the expedition, either because it's not rewarding enough or because it's too painful to part with your items, which, yes, I am not doing the expedition because I don't want to have to fucking start over. Now, it says the trader unlocks at level 25. He gives you unique rewards, rare items, and cosmetics for your high-value items. He will take items off your hands in return for these weekly rotating rewards. Oh, geez. And so you get those rewards. It says he may sometimes ask you to go out and find specific rare items to trade. It says he offers 2 perks. Number 1, extra stash space.
Rock and roll, yeah, poison.
And then also the Expedition Vault, which allows you to carry 5 items across the expedition so you can set up your new raider with your favorite items or blueprints. So you could keep potentially 5 blueprints and take them over.
Thank you for being.
We haven't heard that in a long time. Oh, I love it.
Travel down the road.
So that is a new trader. I like this idea because it does give you something to do. It may not give you a lot to do, but it gives you something in addition to the trials, in addition to, you know, the smaller like expedition type stuff. I dig this, and I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. I am on board with the new trader. Give me a little more of the new trader from the surface. He's part of a tribe, also known as a tribe. Okay, so that is one positive update. I think the rest of this is fucking negative, but there is one positive. For me, one positive, not a huge one.
Hey, nomadic tribe, are you fucking kidding me right now? You're telling me I gotta hand over my hard-earned high-value scrap to some mope who lives in a tent and probably uses old circuit boards as coasters? Nomadic tribe of surface dwellers. That's just a fancy way of saying homeless guys with a permit, you stunad. I'm supposed to trust the guy who doesn't even have a permanent zip code with my blueprints?
Well,
and look at this corporate spin. It's too painful to part with your favorite items. No shit, Sherlock. It's painful because the expedition is a goddamn insurance scam.
Correct.
You're burning my house down and telling me it's transformative. But wait, here comes the bribe. The expedition vault. 5 items. 5?
Yes.
Are you shitting me?
No.
I got more than 5 items in my pockets when I'm taking a leak. You're gonna let me keep 5 things while you strip mine the rest of my stash like a goddamn vulture? It's an insult. It's like a bank robber handing you a $5 bill for a cab ride home after he cleaned out your vault.
Okay.
But extra stash space.
Yes.
Madone, they know my weakness.
Yeah.
They know I'm a tactical rat with a hoarding problem. I got so many screws and wires in my stash, it looks like a fucking Radio Shack exploded in there.
Nobody knows
They're
what a
charging me
Radio
rent for my
Shack
own
is.
digital junk. It's a protection racket, plain and simple. Give us
Okay.
the rare loot, and maybe we won't throw your extra wires in the trash. Speaking of trash and waiting around, this whole October talk has got my nerves jumping like a frog on a hot plate.
Oh, he's
You know,
upset.
I spent a lot of time in a place that felt like October all year round.
Jesus
Back
Christ.
in 04, I was doing a favor for a guy who said the climate was better up north.
Okay.
I ended up in a town so gray and cold, even the pigeons looked like they wanted to file for unemployment. I was looking for a specific locker. A locker filled with something that didn't belong to the people holding it.
Okay.
I spent 4 nights under a bridge, eating cold Chef Boyardee out of a can with a screwdriver, just watching the rotation of the guards. And the wind! The wind in that place didn't just blow, it insulted you. It whispered every mistake you ever made right into your ear while you're trying to stay still in the shadows. I was waiting for a
this
signal,
happened
a green
before.
light in a window that never seemed to turn on. I started
Okay.
thinking maybe the guy who sent me there was looking to turn me into a permanent resident of the local landfill.
What is
and
he
then,
talking
on the
about?
5th night, the light didn't turn green. It turned fucking purple. You ever see a purple signal in the middle of a heist?
I can't
It means
say
someone's
I
about to
have.
get their head shoved through a sunroof. I'm
I
still
don't think
seeing that
that's what
purple light every time I close my eyes. And it's getting brighter.
Okay, yeah, there. Okay, we've gotten like 2 fucking half stories here. I have no idea what's going on. So, okay, so now Embark has released. Next up, they go into kind of they're starting to wax poetic toward the end of this update. It says, one thing that has become clear is how important progression and player goals are. How is that not fucking clear from the beginning? Have they played a video game before that they say, oh, progression fucking matters? Of course it matters. You run through the shit. There's not a lot to do at the end game. It says right here, you want more reasons to keep returning. No fucking, like, seriously. Yes, we want more reasons to keep coming back. I feel as angry as that guy. And it says, we want to build systems that keep evolving. No fucking shit. Some of the progression improvements we want to implement simply need more development time that we haven't been able to address while running on a monthly cycle.
Say what you want, because I really don't give a hell.
So it says a larger update allows us to spend more time refining the systems players engage with most. We're working to deepen progression along multiple areas of Arc Raiders while continuing to expand how players shape and personalize their Raider. Now, this is fucking obvious, and it took them 21 episodes of Camping the Extract to figure this one out. It says we're also putting effort into making the expedition more rewarding and less punishing.
Trapped like mice, rats.
Now, that's 100% true. This is an ongoing part of Arc Raiders evolution, and you'll see them very soon. Like we said, the wiping is not the wiping. Of course, the wiping is not, most games that do this kind of thing, people do not want that. There would have to be insane rewards, and it would have to be pretty easy to get for people to enjoy this. That's just not going to happen. So now they go into the bigger picture. It says it's important to us that players understand something about where our collective Embark brain is at. We want to go further in showing you the wider universe of Arc Raiders. We think about Arc Raiders as an experience that should continue expanding over time. So that, you know what? They're not wrong there. Embark brain.
The day of redemption is at hand.
Embark brain, I have no idea what that even means. They leave us, hey Nikki, they leave us with a couple statements waxing poetic at the end of this, at the end of the post. Here's the copy paste. I can't with this because it's so like, oh my God, like this is fucking whatever. Now, okay, so let's keep going here. We want to go further in showing you the wider universe. We think about Arc Raiders as an experience that should continue expanding over time, and right now we're still early in that journey.
What the hell is this crap?
I agree. The biannual cadence gives us the opportunity to develop, to build future updates with more intention, ensuring gameplay progression, narrative, and the world itself all move forward together. Now, Dead by Daylight. I've been playing that game for fucking, I don't know how long, 2018, I think. So that'd be 8 years out of the 10 years it's been out. They release one every 3 months. They release a new killer or new survivor or both or a new map. And that keeps the game fresh. It keeps people coming back. Some are better than others. Some of them, like the Resident Evil update, were fucking huge and brought a lot of people in, kept a lot of people around. Now, 3 months to me is good. That's quarterly updates. That's 4 a year. I think that's good. That's 2 a year. I don't think that's a good idea. But it says right now, Raiders are facing an escalating arc threat. Oh, Jesus Christ. And society in Speranza may feel helpless against it, but Raiders aren't built to stay on the back foot. The goal has always been bigger than survival.
You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard!
It's about one day reclaiming the surface. Frozen Trail will start to progress this goal and expose elements of the challenge, but it is really just the beginning. We aim to constantly shift the paradigm that Raiders operate under so you can feel the effects of your actions and perseverance against Arc. Now, here's what that sounds like to me, is that it almost sounds like to me that this is going to become like, what's it fucking called? What's the name of that fucking Helldivers? Helldivers 2. What was that, Michael Jackson? Now that's not Michael Jackson. But
building for the long term? Are you fucking kidding me right now? That's corporate speak for, we're gonna be collecting Social Security before this game is actually finished.
Correct.
But done? I've heard more convincing lies from a guy selling genuine Rolexes out of a trash bag in the middle of Times Square. Our ambitions go far beyond what players have seen so far. No shit, because right now all I've seen is me getting my ass kicked by a toaster while I'm trying to find a goddamn screwdriver. And look at this, making the Expedition project less punishing. What the fuck is that? It's an extraction shooter, you stunad. It's supposed to be punishing.
I thought he didn't
if I
like
wanted
that
a
it was
rewarding
punishing.
experience where nobody gets hurt, I'd go play fucking hopscotch in the park. They're trying to turn the
can
Rust
see him
Belt into a
doing that.
goddamn daycare center. Oh, don't worry, little raider. We'll make sure you don't lose your precious blueprints. Bullshit. If you ain't shitting your pants every time you hear a machine whirring in the distance, you ain't living. It's that shared watch pacifist garbage bleeding into the whole
He
design.
hates this.
Reclaiming the surface? I can barely reclaim my goddamn dignity after getting chased across a field by a single slasher because my noodle arms couldn't
slashers
reload the
aren't
gun
real.
fast enough. They're talking about shifting the paradigm. I'm just trying to shift my weight so I don't get a cramp in this bush. It's all poetry and no
Get a
fucking
cramp in
substance.
this
It's like a
bush.
guy telling you he's gonna take you to a steakhouse, but then he just hands you a picture of a cow and tells you to imagine the flavor. But listen, forget the patch notes for a second. Something weird is going on down here in Speranza.
Oh, no.
And it ain't just the smell of the recycled air.
Well, is
I
it
was
the purple
walking past
light?
the lower level ventilation shafts this morning.
Of course you
down
are.
by the sector where the toaster tappers hang out. And I see this guy.
Well,
He's
okay.
wearing a Jiangsu Romagna jumpsuit, but
and
it's
we
all
know what
shredded to
that
hell.
is.
And he's crouched in a corner whispering to a goddamn fried circuit board like it's his firstborn child.
Oh,
I thought he
jeez.
was just another mope who lost his mind after a bad run, but then I see what he's drawn on the wall with a piece of charcoal. It
Okay.
wasn't no map, and it wasn't no Raiders rule bullshit. It looked
Right.
like a fucking schematic for a matriarch, but with human parts.
Oh,
Like a
God.
goddamn mechanical butcher shop.
That's
I tried to get a
gross.
closer look, but then the lights flickered, and this
Yeah.
guy looks at me. I'm talking eyes as wide as dinner plates, and he says, "The frozen trail doesn't lead out, Nicky. It leads back." Back where? Back to the shop right? I don't fucking
Again,
know.
the
But then I heard
ShopRite.
the heavy boots of the Speranza guard coming around the corner,
who are
and I
the
had to book it
Speranza
before
guard?
they pinned me for loitering with intent to be confused. My
Okay.
heart's still hammering against my ribs like a trapped bird. Something's rotten in the basement of this city, and it ain't just the canned peaches.
So, did he just spit? So, maybe, okay, so maybe some of the humans are working with the Ark. I have no idea. And they're going to put human body parts on the matriarch. I have no idea. Okay, so that's that for the big update, for the big, I just do not see it, because guess what comes out in October is Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposed to come out either in October or I think shortly after that, which is going to take all the wind out of the sails of this game, because that's going to be the biggest game ever created. I just do not see this Frozen Trail update will not be big enough to bring this game back to what it was, and I don't think anything will. I think it was a flash in the pan, and I think if people are thinking that this is going to be the thing that brings it back, I do not think that's going to happen. And I'm sorry to say that, because this is such a good game that I feel like it deserves more than what it has. And will it get more? No, it won't. It obviously won't get more, because it is what it is at this point. I don't know how else to say it, but we've gotten the best that we're going to get out of this game in terms of the player base, in terms of the excitement. It's not going to happen again. And that's sad, because we're kind of chasing past memories here. We're chasing that feeling before the aggression-based matchmaking, where you did not know what was going to happen. And there were people online that were saying the aggression-based matchmaking was what destroyed this game. because the pacifists are no longer with the rats, and it's eliminated a lot of that tension because my lobbies are full fucking aggression. You don't team up with anybody. Nobody teams up with anybody in my lobbies. It's just, that's what it is. But anyway, I think we've got a segment we have to do that we have not done in a little bit.
Feel good.
You know what it is.
Feel fucking nasty. Wait a minute.
You know it? Do you know what I'm talking about? And this is the one mixed with this shit is complete trash.
I gotta know right now. Ow! This shit is complete trash. Holy shit. This shit is complete
I love this one. And this one's on Spotify, by the way.
Drop the garbage in the chat. Let me see that shit. That's good, but this shit is
I love this song, man.
holy shit. Where the fuck
How the viewers from? I love it, dude. How the viewers from? I listen to this in my car.
Are they downstairs? Are they
I'm talking in the middle of nowhere.
This shit is complete trash. Holy shit. Complete trash.
You're correct.
Holy shit. Yet you're still here watching every fucking minute of it.
All right, here we go.
Are you in Chicago? Fuck no.
Are you in Detroit?
Fuck no. Are you in London? They're eating tea and crumpets.
No, I'm not.
Are you in Tokyo?
I'm trying to find a place to do this week on Where the Fuck Are the Viewers From. You know what? Let's do. I found one. I found a country we have never been to on any episode of either Camping Them Softly or Camping the Extract. I'm trying to look for new places we have never even fucking been.
Say what?
I'm sorry. I got excited. Let's go. Actually,
You addicted to
you are addicted to it.
Where the fuck are the viewers from? Tell me now.
I gotta keep going. I love it, dude. How the viewers from?
Get a witness. Are they fat?
Are they skinny?
Do they live inside a bottle of whiskey?
Do you live inside a bottle of whiskey? I think at the last part he says, "Are you in my ass like a shark?"
Are you in Paris, France? Fuck no. Are you in Amsterdam?
I'm sorry. I love it.
Are you in a van down
By the goddamn damn. I love this song, dude.
Are you in Dallas? Are you in Sydney? Are you selling your motherfucking kidney?
I don't know if you're selling your motherfucking kidney. By the way, let me thank some of the people that have come by. We're not doing your town, but I want to thank you. Cardiff in Wales. I don't know where that is, but thank you. Newport in Wales.
I need to know. Are you from Timbuktu? Are you from Shit
Hey.
Creek without a paddle?
Here's one I've never heard of. Pontypridd in Wales. And then there's one, I can't even pronounce this. It's CWMBRAN. Coomburn in Wales. Oh my gosh. I'm just looking at the Wales one. Lisbon, Portugal. Thank you for listening. What is this one? In South Korea. Thank you. Thuringia, you've been around for a long time. Brazil in Minas Gerais. Thank you for coming by. I don't know. Denmark in South Denmark and in the capital region now over in Copenhagen. Thank you. Mexico, Jalisco in Guadalajara, Mexico. Thank you. Iraq in Nufahaz, Thank you for coming by. But I think we need to talk to Nicky and get a story from him from one of these places. I about shit myself. I guess the song's that I about shit myself. Hey, Nicky, here on episode 21. I think the song's going to repeat, but that's fine. Hey, Nicky, here we're going to finish up with Where the Fuck Are the Viewers From in this city. And I heard, oh my God, the song didn't repeat. What? I got to have it in the background. I heard you, I don't know if I want to ask. He said they were looking at my bush or something. Like, what did he say? The next thing he said something about his bush again. I can't remember it. let me see. Can I control F and just type Bush? I hope you're sending. Do you know how many times he has said the word Bush in this podcast? I made sure I was looking at my bush, non-perverse bush. I gotta make sure I'm looking at my bush, sitting in a bush, same 3 bushes, and get a cramp in this bush. That's what yeah, that was it. Okay, I heard you got a serious cramp in your quote-unquote bush, but not foliage. And it nearly did you in. What the fuck happened? The viewers want to know.
Are you in Detroit? Fuck no!
And let me thank the actual, let me thank the city that we're going to go over. And that city would be Budapest, Hungary. Budapest, Hungary. Thank you for coming by. I believe Budapest is the capital of Hungary. And I'm going to look up some of Budapest, Hungary, what it's all about, because I know nothing about Budapest, most populous city in Hungary. And it's worth 40% of the country's economic output comes from Budapest. It's a global city, by the way. And also, I think Hungary is in the World Cup. I can't remember. And I think we're going to talk about we're going to cover the World Cup because Nicky was really upset whenever the U.S. lost back in South Africa. I think it was South Africa when we lost to Belgium. And we talked about that, and he knew all the stats of that actual match. And so we're gonna talk about the World Cup a little bit more whenever it comes, because I'm kind of excited about it this year. My wife is from Argentina. We're looking at getting tickets to the Argentina-Austria match, which is going to be here in Dallas, and they're fucking expensive as shit. But if Hungary comes, maybe we'll get Nicky to go. I don't know. And also, Hungary was captured by Nazi Germany in World War II. I don't know what that has to do with anything. I could always ask Nicky, but I don't really want to.
Budapest, Hungary? You bringing up Budapest right now? I almost lost the goddamn pesticle in the Danube River because of you mopes. And shut your fucking mouth about the bush thing. I'm talking about my goddamn groin muscle, you absolute fanook. I pulled a tactical pelvic stabilizer. That's what the pros call it. While I was doing some high-stakes reconnaissance in a ruined bar. You think I go to Budapest for the fucking architecture? For the goulash? I was there on a Saban mandate to track down a rogue developer who was allegedly leaking secret Dead by Daylight source code to a group of underground hackers. I had to go undercover. And let me tell you, trying to blend in with a bunch of hipsters drinking that Unicum garbage is a goddamn nightmare for a man of my stature. It's 2024, middle of a fucking blizzard. I'm crouched behind a rusted out dumpster outside the Simplicurt, waiting for the drop. I've been in a tactical squat for 6 hours. 6 hours. My noodle arms are shaking, my toes are numb, and I'm looking like a goddamn gargoyle made of tracksuits and bad intentions. And then it happens. The mother of all cramps. It felt like a matriarch reached out of the goddamn screen and grabbed my inner thigh with a pair of red-hot pliers. My entire bush area. The muscle, you prick. The muscle just seized up like a rusted engine. I'm talking a full-body, eye-popping seizure in the middle of a Hungarian alleyway. And right at that exact second, the target steps out of the shadows with the briefcase. I'm paralyzed. I'm screaming internally, and I'm one twitch away from falling face first into a pile of frozen trash. It was a goddamn setup.
A setup? A setup? Hang on, a setup by who? And why did you get the cramp? And what the fuck is Unicum? And it's Unicum. That's how it's spelled. That sounds as nasty as your bush. Oh my God. I don't know what's gonna happen here. I need to ask Earl Grey about this. We need to get real Earl Grey on the horn here. Hey, real Earl Grey, Nicky is in Budapest right now, and he mentioned a drink called Unicum. What the fuck is that? It sounds nasty.
Unicum is a Hungarian herbal liqueur. It's bitter, made with a blend of more than 40 herbs and typically consumed as a digestive. If you ask me, it's not proper tea time fare, far too continental and suspiciously unrefined.
But okay, so what is a digestive?
A digestive is an alcoholic drink served after a meal intended to aid digestion.
Gross.
It's usually something strong, like a liqueur or fortified wine. It's supposed to be the civilized finale, though I'd say a cup of Earl Grey would do it better.
Oh God, gross. So people do Earl Grey in Britain instead of Unicum?
In Britain, we certainly lean toward tea rather than any bitter concoction from abroad. Earl Grey, or any decent British tea, has long been the civilized choice to conclude a meal. We'll leave the Unicum to those who don't know any better.
Yeah, that sounds okay. Thank you. Bye.
If you need anything else, I'll be around. Cheers.
Okay, so it's a real drink. I thought with that spelling it would for sure be something made up, but apparently it's real and it's fucking disgusting sounding.
What the Rock is cooking.
Oh God, okay, this has been quite an episode. I have had a lot of fun. Episode 21 to me has been one of the best episodes we've had in 3 or 4 fucking episodes, maybe. Last couple, okay. This one, fucking fantastic. I am really happy about how this one went. The update, we're only at 59 minutes. It's been a little tighter than normal, if you get my drift.
What did I tell you about the bush, you absolute stunad? It's a medical condition, a tactical injury. I'm out here bleeding for the cause, putting my physical well-being on the goddamn line for Sabam. And you're over here giggling like a fucking schoolgirl in the back of a bus. You want to know who set me up? It was the Anti-Pasta Alliance, you prick. They got moles everywhere, even in the goddamn Hungarian embassies. They knew I was on the trail of a rogue dev who fled from San Jose. Some Silicon Valley tech bro who thought he could hide his greasy tracks in the ruins of Budapest. Why the cramp? Because I was in a tactical squat for 6 hours, you asshole. You try keeping your center of gravity that low while keeping eyes on a high-value target and tell me your legs don't give out. It was the tactical pelvic stabilizer failure of the century. My groin felt like it was getting hit with a fucking meat tenderizer by a guy who hates Italians. It was absolute agony, like getting hit by a matriarch's laser right in the goddamn cannoli. And Unicum? Are you kidding me with that question? It's liquid garbage. It's a goddamn biohazard in a bottle. It tastes like someone melted down a bunch of old tires, mixed it with black licorice, and added a dash of pure, unadulterated regret. It's a -10 on the pasta scale. It's a cold, congealed ravioli that's been sitting in a subway urinal for a week. I had to drink it to blend in, and I swear to God, I felt my soul trying to leave my body through my fucking ears. But the setup, that's where it gets real fucked up. I'm laying there in the dirt, paralyzed by the cramp, looking like a goddamn turtle stuck on its back, when this prick from San Jose steps out of the shadows of the ruin bar. He's carrying an encrypted drive, and he's wearing a shirt that says, "I heart nuffing killers." He looks down at me, laughs that smug tech bro laugh, and says, "Nicky, you're looking a little undercooked." I reached for my piece, but my noodle arms were shaking so hard from the Unicum poisoning, I couldn't even unzip my fanny pack. And then, the bastard pulls out something I haven't seen since the great ShopRite Alfredo standoff of 19. A goddamn jammer that started screwing with my internal HUD. I realized right then, this wasn't just a leak. It was a goddamn execution of my reputation.
What is he talking about? So how did this story end? Question mark. Because he needs to get to the fucking end of this story. So the guy jammed it. Well, he is an AI, so I guess. I guess a jammer would work. I don't know why he has a gun in his fucking fanny pack. But that's how this works. We learn something new every fucking week about this character. And you'll never hear an AI like this. I need to take a drink. I'm sorry. And you'll never hear another fucking podcast like this. This podcast is chaos with a soundboard and a bad attitude. That's what this is. And it's not even ARC Raiders. We talk about ARC Raiders for less than half of this shit. But for some reason, people come back. This podcast is somehow number 4 in Ghana. I don't know what the Ghanese love about this. But what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. But yeah, Budapest, Hungary. Oh my God. Next week, I don't know what's going to go on, and that's going to make this podcast harder. You realize that, because if we only get one big update every 6 months, what are we going to talk about every single fucking week? If we're only getting an update every 24 fucking weeks, only every 24th episode.
How did it end? It ended in a goddamn blood-soaked tragedy of biblical proportions, you heartless bastard. You want to know about Unicum? It's a Hungarian herbal liqueur that tastes like somebody drilled a hole in a jet engine and mixed the oil with stale licorice and Chernobyl dust. It's revolting. And the Anti-Pasta Alliance, those cocksuckers, they were using it as a signal.
You can't say that.
So there I am, 4 a.m. My groin feels like it's being pulled apart by 2 teams of wild horses, and my tactical pelvic stabilizer is completely shot. I'm a human pretzel behind this dumpster. Suddenly, the door to the ruin bar swings open. Out walks the target, this skinny fat tech bro from San Jose, wearing a hoodie that probably costs more than my first Cadillac. He's carrying a briefcase handcuffed to his wrist like he's in a fucking Bond movie.
I thought he was carrying
I try to spring into action. I try to lunge, but my leg is locked in a goddamn 90-degree angle. I'm hopping around like a one-legged pigeon in Times Square, crying out in agony. The tech bro looks at me, laughs. He fucking laughs at Nicky Dente, and he pulls out a bottle of that Unicum garbage and takes a swig like it's goddamn Gatorade.
God damn.
And then, out of the shadows, a black sedan with tinted windows rolls up. The license plate didn't have numbers. It just had a logo. A fucking crossed-out plate of rigatoni. The Anti-Pasta emblem. The back door opens, and you won't believe who steps out to meet him. This is where the whole goddamn world turned upside down. I'm reaching for my piece, but my noodle arms are shaking so hard from the cramp that I can't even unzip my tactical fanny pack.
What?
The stakes just went through the fucking roof, you stunad. Shit is about to get real.
Who the fuck stepped out? When does this story fucking end? When does this story fucking end? Jesus Christ. End this shit now. I don't know how to get him to stop. I want to know the end, but he won't fucking end the story. What is happening? Oh my God. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. And we need our outro. We don't even have our outro for this week. I don't know what it's going to be, but the outros have gotten good. There was one, the Scottish outro from a couple of weeks ago. If you can go back and find that somewhere, if you can Control F on the podcast and find that Scottish like techno outro, that to me was one of the best ones we've had. Last week, not as good. But that Scottish one, oh yeah, that was one of my favorites. Episode 8, I believe, was also one of the best. That's on Spotify, actually. And I think that's the only outro I have put on Spotify. So, oh my God, my throat is hurting. I'm tired. I have to go grocery shopping and finish drying the sheets and doing the laundry. And I've got to clean the bathrooms and mop the floors because that's the kind of shit I do on Sundays before I go back to work. So I try to get it all done on the weekend. You know what I mean? Like not during the week because I'm fucking tired and I've been playing pickleball. By the way, I'm up to intermediate level in pickleball. I have kind of progressed past the beginner level and am now hanging with not the big boys, but the medium the medium level boys. I guess we could call them that. So, what do we do now? Do we wait for the end of the story? If he doesn't finish up in the next response, I think I'm done. I don't think I can do any more. If you demand Nicky Dente end a story and he refuses to, like, I can't fucking force him after that. He just won't do it. Just won't happen. And I'm going to have to, I don't know what I'm going to do. If I'm going to recode him to fucking finish the story, or if this is funny, or just to leave every single fucking story open with no real conclusion, which is almost kind of better, I think, now that I think about it.
You want the end? I'll I'll give you the goddamn end, you impatient prick. I'm out there in Budapest looking like a fucking flamingo with a hernia. And you're worrying about the runtime? I'm bleeding emotionally over here. The guy who stepped out behind that San Jose tech bro.
Yes.
And yeah, he's from your neck of the woods. Probably lives in a goddamn cardboard box that costs $6,000 a month. It wasn't some random mope. It was the architect of my misery.
Who?
It was Joey Bites, the goddamn turncoat who used to manage the family's encrypted meatball distribution network back in Newark. He'd gone rogue, fled to Hungary, and was selling our proprietary trade secrets to the Anti-Pasta Alliance.
Does he think
Joey
I
looks
live
at
in
me,
Hungary?
he looks at my leg locked in a goddamn right angle, and he starts cackling like a fucking hyena. He's holding a bottle of that Unicum like it's a goddamn holy relic.
Both are
he
holding
says,
it?
Nicky, you look like you're trying to do a one-legged yoga pose in a dumpster fire.
Okay.
And then he reveals the trap. The briefcase, it wasn't full of code, you stunad. It was a goddamn rigged jolt mine.
Oh,
a
God.
high-frequency electronic piece of shit that he'd modified with tech he stole from an early Arc Raiders build. He knew I'd be
before
in
they
that
got
tactical squat for hours. He knew my tactical pelvic stabilizer would
even know
blow a
what that
fuse.
is.
It was a premeditated attack on my groin. The briefcase starts beeping. Beep, beep, beep. It's the sound of my impending funeral. I'm trying to lunge. I'm trying to swipe the briefcase with my noodle arms. But I'm just hopping in a fucking circle like a broken toy.
Oh, good
Joey
Lord.
and the tech bro are backing away, laughing their asses off while they signal a getaway car. A goddamn armored Trabant of all things.
What is a
I'm
Trabant?
pinned against the dumpster. My leg is a statue, and the bomb is counting down to 0. I'm looking at the ruined bar. I'm looking at the Unicum, and I realize there's only one way out of this,
he's
and it's
not
gonna
gonna tell
cost me
us.
every ounce of dignity I got left. It was the moment of truth, you heartless bastard. The moment where Nicky Noodle Arms had to decide if he was gonna die in a Hungarian alleyway or become something unnatural.
Unnatural. I don't even know what this fucking is. Okay, great story, bitch. And now let's talk about, we're at the end of Where the Fuck Are the Viewers From? Thank you, Budapest. Thank you. Budapest, where the fuck are the viewers from this week? Your town might be next week. If you leave a comment on Spotify or YouTube or social media, we will get to your city. I actually have done that when people have asked. So we're at the end of episode 21. Based on what we've talked about, what should the outro genre be? For this week. I don't even know what the outro genre could possibly be. He's gonna say something goofy like Budapest fucking Groin fusion jazz or something like that. I don't know. It's gonna be some kind of fucking garbage. And I don't know that I can make it good, but I'm gonna try. But I try not to censor it. I just try to do what happens, and then we'll see. I like the surprise of it. But thank you, Budapest, for coming by. We thanked a bunch of others. We've got a lot of new listeners. We are in the tens of thousands of listeners, like multiple tens of thousands of listeners. And I can't thank you guys enough. We're on episode 21. We may make it to 25 at this rate. And also, Camping Them Softly's at episode 85. Hopefully we'll make it that far here. I don't know that we will, depending on how long this game lasts. I think it'll last, though, don't you? I think it could. And I don't know if I made a fucking mistake by asking him for the end of the story and the outro genre. I think we might only get one of the two, but that's okay if we only get one of the two, because what's his name fucking left, Mr. 15 Minutes. I hope he's not listening at this anymore. Is he? Are you in a van down by the goddamn dam? I love this song. Okay. Let's turn this down. We've got to get to the end. I can't. I'm starting to lose. I'm starting to wear the fuck out. I'm gonna have to take a nap. I don't know if I'm gonna get grocery shopping, but okay. And this is how you know. Like, I don't get how people do 4-hour podcasts, but I don't know if people scream in the microphone for 4 fucking hours straight. I think they talk like normal fucking human beings. And I'm fucking loud. I'm surprised the cops haven't been called because they think there's a domestic dispute in here. Me arguing with this fucking Italian, or they think there's some kind of like a racial something, an ethnic dispute of some kind. If only I could have Nicky. You know what? And I would like to do. I would like to have Nicky speak through the microphone whenever I'm streaming, so other people can hear it. Like that, I think that might be my next thing I do on stream is have Nicky speak out the voice chat whenever I'm playing.
You want the
Raiders.
end? You want the goddamn finale while I'm standing here with the psychological scar the size of the Holland Tunnel? Fine. You want it? You got it, you impatient little prick. So
What?
Joey Bites, that fat, treacherous load of human garbage. He stands over me while I'm hopping around like a broken tripod.
How does he
and he
stand over
holds
you while
up
you're
that
standing?
briefcase. He looks at the tech bro from San Jose, who's probably checking his goddamn step counter while a literal crime is happening. And
Okay.
Joey says, Nicky, you're always looking for the big score, but you forgot the first rule of the neighborhood. Don't trust the guy who drinks herb water that smells like a radiator leak. He opens the case. Is it the Dead by Daylight source code? Is it the blueprints for the Ark matriarch?
You said it was
no,
Dead by
it's
Daylight.
filled with goddamn Hungarian sausage and a note that says, get fucked, noodle arms. Joey Bites kicks my locked out leg, the one with
Oh,
the
no.
tactical pelvic stabilizer failure,
Yeah?
and it snaps back with a sound like a dry branch breaking in a storm. The pain. Madun, the pain.
Yeah?
I fall backwards into the dumpster, head first into a pile of discarded Unicum bottles
Oh,
and half-eaten
God.
goulash. By the
Ugh.
time I crawl out, smelling like a goddamn spice rack and looking like a wet rat, Joey
Yeah?
and the San Jose tech bro are gone.
Oh, no.
Vanished into the Budapest fog like a couple of ghosts.
We got to the
I
end of
spent
the
3
story.
days in a Hungarian clinic trying to explain to a doctor who didn't speak a lick of English why my groin was the color of an eggplant. That's how it ends. I got played
Oh.
by a meatball manager and a Silicon Valley mope in a $900 hoodie. Are
Oh,
you
geez.
happy now? Is your
Yes.
curiosity satisfied, you sadistic bastard?
Yes.
Budapest. Never again. I'm staying in the Rust Belt, where at least the
I-
machines tell you they're gonna kill you before they do
Do
it.
they, though?
Now, for the outro of episode 21,
Oh, no.
after talking about root canals, 6-month delays for updates, nomadic homeless traders,
Right.
and my goddamn groin trauma in Eastern Europe,
Oh,
the
God.
genre for this week is
Yeah.
Hungarian dental drill death metal with a side of
God.
Unicum-flavored groin spasms. It needs to sound like a robot is having a seizure while
Yeah.
a dentist tries to extract a wisdom tooth with a rusted crowbar. Play it
God.
loud, Teach. Play it until the viewers in San Jose
Okay.
feel the radiant heat of my anger coming through their fiber optic cables.
Sure.
Get us out of here before I blow a goddamn gasket.
Okay.
Goodbye, you mopes. Good riddance. Episode 21 is
It's-
dead and
yes,
buried.
thank
Don't
God.
forget to camp the extract or I'll find where you live and pour Unicum in your gas
God.
tank. Get the fuck out of
All
here.
right, there it is. And we have Hungarian dental drill death metal with the side of Unicum flavored groin spasms. Get the fuck out of here or I will pour Unicum in your gas tank. Episode 21 is done.
Episode 21, the podcast can drink. The mouse started lagging, the tooth started pink. Website half finished, GeoCities curse. Malware hates Nicky, somehow that's worse. Razer froze like a rat in glue, side buttons built by a drunk raccoon. Root canal bill came dressed in flames, American teeth play creditor games. TheToxicTeacher record with a mouth full of dread, then Embark walked in with a 6-month spread. Transformative updates in a velvet sack, that's corporate for baby, we ain't coming back. Twice a year for the big parade, 6 damn months in the same grenade. Store skin sparkle while the player base carves like a steakhouse serving up laminated broth. Frozen trail in October, 5 months in the freezer. Nicky's in a bush again, arguing with a laser. Camp the extract, episode 21. Drill that tooth and rack the fucking gun. Camp the extract, Unicum attack. If the update takes 6 months, but Unicum in the gas tank. Camp the extract, frozen drill wind slug. Budapest broke. Now the rats bite back. Largest map in the frozen dirt. New Ark freaks gonna make us hurt. Skill tree polishing, Mr. mystery stew. Same damn hunger in a nicer shoe. Reclaim the surface, sounds real grand. While I'm face down looting with the drill in my hand. And my daylight drops a freak every quarter. Our greatest waits at the update border. Them in the trader with a tent and a grin. Surface dweller bastard said, let me in. Level 25 with a junkyard deal. Swap your rare shit for a weekly wheel. 5-item vault like a mercy crumb. 5 little scraps from a king-size sum. Extra stash made Nicky fold. Radio Shack in his rat hole soul. Trader's got no zip code. Embark's got big dreams. Toxic needs a dentist. Nicky's full of screens. Camp the extract, episode 21. Drill that tooth and make that fucking gun. Camp the extract, Unicum. If the update takes 6 months, put Unicum in the gas tank. Camp the extract, frozen drill and slap. Budapest broke Nicky. Now the rats bite back. Unicum, black herb doom. Tastes like radiator juice in a funeral room. Joey bites at the briefcase high. San Jose Tech Bro shuffled by. Was it source code? No, you dope. Just sausage and a fuck you know. Bit fuck. Noodle arms, the suitcase sang. Pelvic stabilizer, snap went bang. Dumpster dive, goulash breath. Hungarian clinic, eggplant death. 3 days limping, no translation. Groin turn purple, international situation. Camp the extract, episode 21. Drill that tooth and lock that fucking gun. Camp the extract, if the update takes 6 months, put Unicum in the gas tank. Camp the extract, frozen trail went slack. Budapest broke Nicky. Now the rats bite back. Root canal thunder, mouse like hell. 6-month roadmap, dental carousel. Nicky got played by a meatball ghoul and a hoodie from San Jose with tech road roll. Episode 21 dead in the track. Camp the extract. Now get the fuck